Nicole likes to boast. Aunt Jordan likes to roast. Sir Charles keeps it crisp. She cues the butter to the toast. Now it's time to keep it real. Competition not close. One stop for debating. Reality shows and their skits be the mo. I'll be damn. I'll be damn. I'll be damn. Podcast going ham. I'll be damn.
Welcome to episode 6 of I'll Be Down. We're going to jump into the topic of R&B, rhythm and blues. And we got special guest here, my boy C.LACY, which is an R&B artist. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? What's up, everybody, man? Thanks for having me on today. Thanks for having me on your podcast, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Let us know real quick where we can find you on topic. Make sure y'all subscribe. Go hit that subscribe button, that like button. Let me know where we can find your music at.
Yeah, C.LACY, man. So, C.LACY. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, pretty much anywhere is digital streaming platform. You can find your boy. Holla at me. Yeah.
Boy can't hide nowhere. You got my boy Chad over here.
What's up?
Yeah, we bringing him back one more time. He had us laughing so much, man. We had to bring Chad back on here one more again. Miss Nicole, how are you today?
I'm good.
And your boy Sir Charles. You good to go today?
I really am.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
I'm Mr. Rock.
No, I know. Mr. Rogers is, but it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. Hey,
What do
it's
you
a
want
beautiful-
I want to ask you a question on some R&B stuff. We're gonna jump into a different type of topic with R&B.
Okay.
What was the first song, R&B wise, you had sex to?
Wow.
Everybody had that R&B song that you hit on when it was time to get it on. What was that song for you?
Oh, my God, bro. Like, I have no clue.
I think I know. I can really try, baby.
My mom was listening to that.
Oh, let's get it on.
Oh, my God. Bro,
Or how about
Anyone.
song?
What was your go-to?
Probably was like,
What's
I
your
don't know,
go-to?
probably like Guy, like Let's Chill or something.
That's different. Okay.
It is.
I
I
wasn't
was not
expecting
expecting
I
that.
thought you might have fallen into that pocket of time where it might have been something off of 12 play. We kind of
Bomb.
R. Kelly, nah, that was before then.
Okay,
Yeah.
check it.
I was into them 80s and the early.
What about you? Shanae, you ever, what? I know you didn't turn it on, but somebody probably turned it on you.
I can't think of anything specifically.
You weren't worried about the music, huh?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
What?
You weren't there for a concert?
No, not really.
So a nigga ain't never just put the music on your ass?
I mean, of course.
and
but
you ain't never like just paid attention. You was just like, I don't know, what you about to work with?
She was ready
Like
for
that's
it.
all she was. She didn't think about something, nigga. That music don't mean shit. What you about to bring?
yeah, I mean,
She's like, fuck action.
Damn, she all about business.
What's your house? What
Yeah.
about you, Mr. Chad? What was yours?
I
What's
have
your go-to?
I have no idea. I want to say Pretty Brown Eyes, but I think I'm just thinking of Fresh Prince. So
Watch out.
I,
Mint condition,
you know,
huh?
What about you, Sir Charles? What was that?
It was R. Kelly, and
Makes
it was
that
his
sense.
it was off his TP3 album. Put my t-shirt on.
Put a t-shirt on?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it was like t-shirt in my pants, but the guy version of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mine was.
Yeah. What was yours?
Yeah, boy. Hey, he come to the room. My room already up. That's how we do. Hey, you can't tell me that wasn't one of y'all at one point in time.
Bro.
Yeah.
in light of new
R. Kelly
evidence.
was definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, before we knew R. Kelly was
Now
playing
he's
with
got a
little
whole
girls'
issue of this
Guido.
nigga walking in the room, opening up his robe, and being like, ah.
We were on some R. Kelly, bro.
R. Kelly was a man.
I mean,
that
let's
was
look
like
past his
everybody.
current issues
Yeah,
right now.
this
But
part-
I'm gonna keep it a whole. But R. Kelly,
R. Kelly had it.
Everybody had R. Kelly, bro.
he had it, bro.
Had it.
I'm gonna focus on just the music. And
Yeah,
he
that's
had
all you can do. Because I mean, I know what he did is what he did. But when we're talking about R. Kelly as a whole, we're talking about the music genius that he was.
Okay, can I ask a question on top of that? As an R&B artist, is what you say in your songs a part of you, or are you just making music?
For me personally, Like, I have a slogan I'll say, my music is real and relatable because I speak about real stuff. I don't just make music or just making words to go to a beat. So me personally, I'm about lyrics and about meaningful stuff. So when I'm listening to other artists, regardless if it's R&B or rap, if you just rap into the beat, like I can't connect with it. If it's not like, if it's not meaningful, I just don't connect to it.
But what you're saying, so like in all of your songs, is 100% of what you sing happen to you?
It's either something I've been through or something I've seen happen to somebody else.
Relatable.
So it's relatable.
Inspired
Even
by
if
true
it's something
events.
I've seen by talking to Chad about, and I witnessed it from being in the passenger seat or whatever, right? It's still something I can relate to because like I was
you
connected,
experienced
even
it.
if it's indirectly, you know, I'm still connected to it.
So do you believe you can separate lyrics from the artist
Can I separate lyrics from the
in
artist?
general?
I would say yes for me because if the lyrics ain't about nothing, me, I'm already tuned out anyway.
But in a sense, like an R. Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
we appreciate his music,
Right.
but not his character.
Of
Exactly.
course.
Do you think you can separate the two like that?
So if you ask me, do I still listen to R. Kelly? I'm gonna say the answer is no. If that's what you're asking me.
Hold on. Let's be real.
Question
You
behind
have
the
not. When
question.
was the last time you listened to R. Kelly song?
Boy.
Honest to God, truth, probably 2 years.
Okay.
I've heard stuff from other people playing it, and I don't knock anybody.
You ain't heard shit on the radio. You just be like, oh.
No, I'm not
But
gonna
wait,
turn.
no,
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not
turn.
supposed
I'm not
to
gonna turn the
You just don't
station.
exit the room
Yeah,
immediately.
if I hear it, I'm not gonna turn the station to nothing like that. I'm saying personally, I don't play it.
Yeah.
If I hear, like, I've heard other people playing it, like on a story on IG or Facebook, and if I recall the song, it makes me flash back to when I first started rocking with that song, and it brings back memories, and I'll rock with it in that moment, but I'm not going to go play it though.
Right.
It's so bittersweet with R. Kelly because it'd be like, he got so many jams.
Bang.
It's like,
Yeah.
And it's
you
like,
will play it like, I have it like, what's the song? I think it's like Step in the Name of Love.
Yeah.
That's so far away from what he was talking about type
Right.
of situation. So it came on and I'm just like, at the same time, I'm like,
but when you
damn, I
hear
gotta
bump and
look at it.
grind, my mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
Who
You know, you talking about
young fella? You know?
you talking about
Yeah,
a
but
kid.
we know exactly who he was
He's
talking
talking about.
about.
100%.
In all of these songs now.
Yeah.
And Step in the Name of Love.
That's what the bittersweet part about
I
this
mean,
because the
Step in
song
Name
is
of
great.
Love, fine. That's one song.
I look back
You know what I mean?
I believe I can fly.
Cool. That's two. And I don't give a damn if there was 50 of those songs,
Yeah.
and he just had a song talking about messing with.
Yeah, I can't rock with it. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Like-
was like,
It doesn't agree with me.
like
as
the
a man.
only song I listened to was Step in the Name of Love. Well, I think it was. Well, and it was Honey Step in the Name of Love that I have on the playlist, I believe.
Yeah, and then the gospel one.
Yeah.
See, and that's fine. And I'm not here to police who listens to what with whom. I'll just unsolicited say for
So
myself.
ask me this:
Yeah, go ahead.
Sunday service. You know how they take R&B songs and put
With Kanye.
yes,
Yeah.
and they recreate and make their own
Mhm.
Christian versions of it. Are you able to separate there
To separate which parts?
the original from the
Secular music.
right?
Oh, so you ask, I'm kind of just secular all the way around, so it doesn't make a difference to me however they want to do the music, speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess it's oh, so if you take like a song somehow like WAP and make a Christian rendition of it,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
so I'll say this: I am not nearly religious enough myself to police that, but I can see
Christian
why
WAP.
somebody might take issue with that.
Yeah, with that
But
one.
again, like I say, I mean for myself, I'm probably
Worship and praise.
It's like Kids Bop. You know how they try to take
Yeah.
songs like that and be like, how can we make this kid friendly?
Yeah.
See, and for me, it might as well. That's a perfect example. It might as well.
They did
be
it with
that.
Anaconda.
I don't think it's like it depends on the song also because if you think about the original song like your example why like no I don't think that has no place.
But what if they call it worship and
but
praise?
hold on, but no, I'm saying
The person that's creating has not gotten a hold of it to make it
I'm
there.
just saying. I'm saying like, and again, it's certain songs because I've heard certain songs that have been basically
positive this
you
is
converted
this
it over to a gospel song. But you think about it like this: if like you're trying to reach a younger crowd and a younger generation, they may not want to hear this. So if you do something that's more up tempo, entertaining, just like
Some folks will say gospel music's gone too far.
yeah, some people.
Hold up. Ray Charles basically got crucified for that. Because
because Ray Charles was like basically the inventor of taking a gospel song and turning it into country or R&B or you know.
Think about this though. Not everybody, and this is the thing though. People like you said, everybody got their own opinion about like taking something too far. But you got to look at it. I look at it from this way. I'm not gonna tell anybody else how they got to think about it. I look at it like this. Some people may go because you want to hear the word and you actually want to hear a preacher preaching, right? Mm-hmm. Some people, I don't want to hear you talking to me about the word. Like this music, this worship draws me in, right? So it's this music, right? So there's different ways to reach people, right? Just like like in the regular world, not even talking about in the church. It's in the regular world, everybody, basically you get engaged or you get connected based off of different stuff. You think about an artist. You may like somebody because they got a really good voice. Mm-hmm. You may not like, the voice is crappy, but this dude can dance like Chris Brown. So they just got crazy swag. Huh?
You said Chris Brown's voice crappy?
No. I said you may not like somebody's voice.
It was all ran into the gift. I was like,
no, bro.
Whoa.
I want to get a feature one day, bro. Chill out, man.
What is your crazy level, Ant?
What is what?
What is your crazy level after that one? You defended Chris Brown real quick.
No.
Well, he just heard Chris Brown's voice crappy.
Voice crappy.
Wait, what?
Wait a minute. But then we go to the gospel. When it comes to stuff like that, to me, one, I get back to gospel is the good news, is it not? So it don't matter who's singing the good news. It don't matter who's delivering that message. If you're delivering the good news, then that's what it is. And I think we get too far away from that. We're like, oh, this person, Music Soul Child, not singing the gospel song. No, that ain't cool. Like, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're giving the good news, you're giving the good news. And that's where I think that separates Christian and gospel. Gospel, the good news, Christian is a whole nother different form. You know, like if that's what you want to do, holy, oh God, that's what you want to listen to, then cool. I want something with a little bop into it.
Book of Revelation, chapter 7. Like that's what I want to hear.
You want the hustle, dude.
Kurt Franklin went hard as hell.
It don't matter to me. Like if you give me Music Soul Child, you know what I'm saying, and then Yolanda Adams, you know what I'm saying.
Dave Hollister does.
Dave Hollister,
Can we take like 10 seconds to go through a list of people that you would be willing? Gucci Mane, go. Yes.
No.
Plies.
No.
Raekwon DeShell.
Yes.
Okay. G-Eazy.
No.
Drake. His answer to Drake is no. He doesn't like Drake.
But Drake doing a gospel song, yes, I think he brings some value.
He did God's Plan, and that was somewhat kind of gospel.
What's old buddy from Seattle? I'm gonna pop some tags.
No.
Macklemore. No. Is it White Jesus?
No.
It's not.
So why the no's to the ones that you just said?
Because they bring no content to music they already have.
But if
it's all about the content.
But people can't change. So if
they do, and it's dope, cool. I'm with it.
All right,
I'm with it. I don't like E40, but he has some songs I fuck with. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
That holy water.
Yeah. Tell me what to get. To heaven.
Jesus walk. You know, like Kanye with the Jesus walk. So many people got mad about that.
That was good.
Why? That was a good ass song.
A lot of people got mad about that.
That was a great ass song.
I think that's terrible for people to get mad at somebody. Like, how can you be considered, say you're a Christian or man of God, and won't allow someone to bring in?
I think the irony is also that it sucks because, all of this music comes from the black church anyway.
Right.
Like, I don't care. What I get it. Not the lyrical content of WAP, but the musical composition, and I'm saying all this sitting here next to an actual artist.
Yeah, worship and praise.
But like all of this at some point goes back to the black church.
It does.
It always does.
A lot of artists came from the church.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, how can
ever a coincidence?
But how can you shame Jesus walked, but then worship Lecrae?
There you go.
Well, because you can't separate the person from their lyrics.
Yeah, that's what you asked earlier.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's also people like what I think is kind of funny is like you never like. It seems like people always want to hold you to where you were at some time, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody can change. Like people do change. Some people don't change, right? But again, that's all a preference. Like if you want to change, if you're tired of being a certain type of way, and you want to change. You got the right to change, right? Mm-hmm. And just like Jay-Z, no matter how, I'm not saying he's doing gospel or anything, but think about it. look how successful it is. Then he just got through selling
Title.
his title, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like so many people still gonna identify him about the person when he first came into the game talking about
Pushing
selling
packs
crack
and
and
all
all
that,
this stuff right there, right? It doesn't matter that he's a successful businessman with Rockaware, that he had title, all of these different ventures that
40,
he did
40
in part.
Club.
40, all these partnerships and how successful he's been, you still gonna go back to when he was selling crack, like what he did to get his start,
when he
right?
started in
Like,
the rap
that's
game,
the thing,
right?
like, quit trying to hold people's feet to the fire because we've all been somewhere before. You may be a successful businessman in a white collared thing, but you look how many people accounts you got over on Wall Street or whatever, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you can't keep holding people to the feet
To
to the
what
fire,
white people
and you
have
don't
it.
allow them to grow. But you want people to be like, oh, you used to be the whore in high school,
Right.
or you used to be this person, but now you're successful. So like, do you want us to always talk about when you were 17? Like, dude,
No, but that's all
I'm
people see though,
36
and that's
now.
what's bad
Well, I
about the
think-
church.
Yeah, I think some of it though has to do with it's a matter of the offense that's committed, right? So if we're talking about Jay, listen, that's product of the environment.
Where
We
he
hopefully
lived
can
at.
address
Right,
the old
right.
crack epidemic,
Right.
systemic race, everything that goes into
R.
that.
Kelly took
Jay-Z,
his time.
product of that.
Yeah.
R. Kelly,
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
this is an offense that, to put it lightly, is very, very bad. And then the content of the music is like directly related to the offense.
It makes you question.
But it's the same thing.
I get it. That's
Right.
like you don't really know if that's what he's writing about, but I'd put
It
it
makes you
this way.
question everything.
If
But
some-
every
there was-
artist does
like-
that.
if somebody had committed a crime against a friend of mine, if somebody committed a crime against you, and I saw exactly what they did and exactly what took place, and then they
You
make
talk about it on the
then
song.
they put the details of this event
In
over
the
a
song.
dope ass
don't
beat.
a lot of rappers do that?
Like I'm not gonna be able to separate that shit at all.
That's why he was saying it depends on the offense.
Yeah.
If you talk about
The
you
level
and
of
you
severity of
you
it,
pushing
yeah.
packs and somebody, then you talk about
But it
it.
started.
Yeah.
But that whole concept started with go back. I mean, even though it's rap, it's not R&B, but it, NWA. They were speaking from where they came from.
Yeah.
Where they came. R. Kelly was even though
But
it's
you ain't
messed
get
up.
a pass. It's certain, you get a pass for speaking. on
No, you don't
something
get a
like that.
pass. I'm
But
not
you
saying
ain't
you get a pass,
with
But that,
breaking
9
news.
times out of 10, but that's normally what artists do. You know what I'm saying? Even though NWA spoke about the hood they came from, R. Kelly spoke about the trauma and abuse that he went through,
That's an environment.
and then also talked about what he has done to others.
But when did R. Kelly ever talk on a song about what he went through?
Yeah, I know he's since talked about it like in interviews.
Yeah.
Interviews.
But we
I'm
don't know
not
that.
as far as
But
a
we
song.
didn't know that part of R.
I'm not
Kelly.
gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
We didn't know that part of R. Kelly.
Nah,
We
'cause-
talking about the content in the song.
Right. No, but I'm just saying though. But I'm just looking at as far as like the documentaries that I watch and stuff like that.
That's apple and oranges though. You gonna end up that's an environment.
Because just in the music, like I said, I don't know that he's not that I can think of.
talked about his past.
But look,
No.
if it's anything as of recent, I'm myself not trying to really listen to him anyways. Just
Yeah.
because I can't do that, so it makes the song not as
Yeah,
enjoyable.
it just kills
Right.
the song now.
like when I hear bump and grind, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
You be just like,
Damn, bro, you talking about?
You know, greatest sex ever had, boy. When everybody join, you like, man, I can't
Because when you
listen to
first
that.
heard it, my mind's telling me no, my body's telling me yes. I'm like, oh, that's a nigga's mindset.
Yes, but when you know he talking about a 12-year-old, you like,
Yeah, you like,
come on, man. I'm like, it just.
And that's the thing is that for myself, I won't say we, but I know what he's talking about.
Right.
right.
They know.
I wish. Look, maybe, no, I'm not even gonna say I wish I didn't. Like, no, it's good.
Well,
to
now
know.
you
Now
know,
I
but back
not
then
to.
you didn't.
Stay away.
I understand
Yeah,
the concept
yeah.
that ignorance is bliss,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, nah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So I just can't.
The crazy part I think about that when it comes to the love of R&B artists when it comes to that. Remember the first time this happened? What was it? We was in high school, right? When it came out, the sex tape. We was in high school.
Yep.
We ignored it for all those years. Think about that.
We make comedy out of it, especially Dave Chappelle.
And but the same exact story
Came out later.
came out, and we
Later.
was like, condemn him. He going to jail. He's a piece of shit.
Right.
But we let that ride for
'Cause we
almost 20 years.
But how old were we when it came out though?
But other people that were older than us, they let it ride. While
Did they?
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about R. Kelly still, right?
Yeah.
Did they let it
We have
ride?
to take in consideration
The love of the R&B.
for ourselves in our age group,
Mm-hmm.
like, so we were really young back then,
Mm-hmm.
and information was not as readily available.
Right.
Like I will tell you, the first
Plastic
time I saw
everywhere.
R. Kelly's tape, not knowing who this was with or whatever,
Right.
I was in college.
Me too.
It's because LimeWire was a thing.
Very
Right.
true.
Like,
yes,
so if
right.
we go back to when R. Kelly was with Aaliyah in '95, the internet just came out.
Mhm.
Right.
Like Al Gore just got up in his magic cloud and boof, the internet.
So we didn't have the content available to us.
No, we
yeah, it's
weren't-
a
we
little
weren't
different.
aware.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a hindsight.
We also
Because
didn't have cancel culture. Nowadays we do, where it's like if you know something, everyone's gonna know about it, and then
Yeah,
we're all gonna
that's
collectively
true.
say yes.
For
or no.
whatever
Right.
people's opinions are on cancel culture, like it's a thing now.
Yeah.
Back then, not really.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and then since we was on R. Kelly, we'll kind of go to it a little bit, but kind of get off R. Kelly. Was he inspiring when you were younger to be an R&B
Of
artist?
course, like what he said, like you can't say R&B without the R. Like this dude made hit after hit,
Hit
after
after
hit,
hit.
after
Like,
hit
you
after
can't
hit.
knock
Like, he touched it, it was golden.
Mhm.
Like so, how could that not inspire you? And like he was in an age where it was real R&B, where songs meant something, and you feel passion, you feel.
His just meant something different.
It's,
His did, but you also got to think about it. He was a
Don't let him do that.
but like, listen, he also was a producer, and he made some. He produced some of the greatest songs, like nigga, Contagious.
yeah, but this is prior to knowing all of this.
So
stuff.
no, it's pretty much you change, your mind changes when your mind changes when the information you have changed.
When you know,
Yeah,
when you know,
it's just
yeah.
like when
Your
you know
opinion
better,
would
you do
change
better.
when
We
Right.
should all reserve the right to change our opinions
When the
Everybody should.
information we
receive
get,
new information.
100%.
Definitely.
Hopefully we do.
Mhm.
What was on your voicemail? What was that song? That R&B
Oh,
song
that's a good
on
one.
your voicemail?
Uh,
We all had that.
Or you can go even better, MySpace profile when MySpace came
Yeah,
out.
but the voicemail was first.
Okay, voicemail.
all right, so voicemail, or rather answering machine.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Pretty sure it was Usher, Think of You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How was your voice? Did you have? Hey, it's Chad.
It
It
was a prepubescent Barry White or something of that sort. Was what I was going for.
Can
was
you
really bad.
can you give us an idea? I feel like our viewers want to know. Can you just
I
give
will
us?
not incriminate myself.
No, come on, do it. Come
Absolutely
on,
not.
be yourself.
I'm not nearly as bold as Shanique was earlier to share my traumatic experiences.
And it's not a traumatic experience. It's just
My
you
loss is your
giving
gain.
your answer machine voice. As you are now.
I have thoughts of.
Oh, you're no
zone
fun.
stuff
You're no
back
fun.
then.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
didn't work out well.
He's no fun.
Yeah, what was yours?
What was yours?
Answer machine.
Yeah.
So I had two different ones. I had one.
Oh, boy, you know you're an R&B artist. boy.
no, real talk.
I had a couple.
Dude, I was on.
He
So
was
I
singing.
had two. I had one.
Yeah, you were definitely singing on your voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
one was an original message that I sung on there. That shit is so funny, but I
Do you
did.
remember it?
I actually.
Here.
So it's funny. So one was the original message, the other one was Bobby Valentino, like anonymous or
know
something.
And I want the original message.
Oh my
Is it
god.
easy?
Yes, bro.
Is it
You're an
easy?
R&B singer. Let's go.
Man,
Give us
oh
what we
my God,
want.
This shit so wacky. Like,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Tell me shit.
Put yourself out there.
This is like
Right.
17, bro. Like
Yeah.
17, 18. This
We
is
want the
horrible.
truth.
Come on,
Oh
give
my
it to
God.
us.
Man, it
Come
was
on.
like, it was like,
You need a beat.
Let me get on
oh man, it was like, it said like, I'm sorry, but I'm not in at this time. But if you leave a message after the dial, I'll get back with you after a while.
Hey. Oh my God, I want to get naked for him right now.
You press. I come back in from playing basketball. I have about 7 messages. Boop.
I feel like that's a shot.
Hey, bro, that's not a shot. It's not a shot. Hey, bro, I fuck with you.
Bro, that's
17,
18 years old. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
that's not a shot.
Hey, no.
Matter of fact,
All right,
I'm gonna shoot you.
no, that's cool.
Let's
Hey, how cool were you at 17?
Yeah, let's go back to Shanique 17.
I
Wait.
Yeah.
But I didn't have music music on my answering machine.
Oh, so you just poking at other people.
Making my way
You
down.
got skin in the game.
Well, please sit down.
That's what you was doing.
And the cheesy song was on. And the cheesy song was on.
Yeah, that's what you was
I
doing.
didn't. I don't know.
What was your answer machine?
Probably.
So you had no music on your answer machine at all.
The standard?
We all had some
Standard
corny
or
shit.
was
Come on, bro. Give us something. Everybody had an answer
You
machine.
gotta have some type of flavor to
Something.
it, not just. Please leave your name after the.
Hello, my name is Shanique.
No,
I'm not at the phone right now.
Oh
but if you
my
can leave
God.
your name and number.
Probably. Honestly, the only thing I
Boring.
can remember about like
Right.
cell phones during my high school career
Women
was
didn't do it as much.
They didn't. Gloria,
I
did you have a music a song on your answer machine when you were younger?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Women
Okay.
didn't do it as much. What
I
about
guess
you?
so. Okay, so mine wasn't freaky. I was a jagged edge nigga.
Come on.
I was ready.
Yeah.
So like when you call in, you like.
Oh, you was
Hey, you at a party, yeah. Hey, you wish your boy Corey, but I'm not in right now, so
Hey,
yeah, so that
back to the party, right?
exactly. Hey, but I'm where the party at, no. You know what I'm saying? And then I would do it right when Nelly came in. Where the party at, dirty?
That's
So
classic, bro.
I was my personality shined as far as my song. I wasn't trying to be all freaking, you know,
Nigga, I thought I
like
was,
Pretty Ricky
That's
grind
classic,
on
classic.
me. No, I was like more fun. Like nigga, I'm where the party at. Where you at?
I was at that point where my voice had changed. When you know you say, hey, and your voice got a little deep.
Deep, right.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna get smooth with these niggas.
So what? Go ahead. You about to play it. What is it?
I'm gonna play it for you. This is
We
what
have to walk before we fly.
Hey, girl.
Well, this nigga got some serious.
But there's a whole like
This
verse.
man, you know what I'm saying? You go ahead and leave your name and number. I'll make sure I get back to you.
Hold up. Isn't this the same one that just said he didn't try to put it in his work?
Right.
That is work,
That is work.
And you know he didn't do it in one take. He not one take.
No, he did.
You know
No,
one
he
take.
did.
That
That is
I'm
work.
one take home. I'm one take home.
No, you weren't.
I was
That is
But-
work. That is work.
Boy, y'all having
You-
a slave.
you-
Now that's
Listen,
15.
you setting the table.
Everybody in this room was as a teenager.
You setting the table before you
When we
even
talking
do
about
anything.
dating, I wasn't dating at 15.
What were you doing?
But you were
Oh.
leaving those messages?
Hold on, but hold on. Previous show.
leaving those messages
What
for?
age you fuck
We
your
didn't go to
teacher?
no date.
That's in
What
your
age you
role,
fuck your
bro.
teacher?
I was 18.
Oh, okay. Never
I
mind.
was 18.
Never mind. No, because he's talking about he wasn't dating, but I remember that we talked about that, so that's why I
Yeah,
asked.
no, I was
Okay.
18.
All right.
I was
Okay.
18.
18. Okay.
This
Never
was,
mind.
this was 15 years old.
Proceed.
Yeah, this
I didn't have a phone
this,
at 15.
Yeah, we had me and my brother had our own line. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my message
I had a
joint.
phone.
And I wasn't going on no damn dates. My daddy wouldn't let barely let us out the fucking house.
But that's you don't have to do the
What?
date. Boys and Men was setting the tone for you though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's work though.
So no, this was when I'm trying to get to the school in the auditorium and play with a little something. That's what I was. That's what I was doing. Cause I ain't going no date.
Preschool.
Yeah, that's when you
You
thought.
know what? Speaking of that, this is off topic, but I'm just random. Now that we're all grown, did everybody in this room fuck in school? Like in the school, like had sex. In the school. Corey, you didn't? No, I ain't going to chat. Did you have sex in school? Like in the school, you fuck somebody in school.
I plead the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No for you, Chad. I know damn well it wasn't for
Chad,
me.
Nah.
That was.
prude.
Oh.
I did in the auditorium, like you said. Yes, under the stage. Yeah,
Everybody
in the orchestra pit. In the orchestra pit. Yeah.
I didn't see. At that time, I was. You know, that was when if you touched a titty, you was cool. You know what I'm saying? That was at that time. You like you play with the titty, like boy, you have no idea. I jiggle all of it. You was the man that day. You ain't do nothing, but you got some damn shit. We ain't do nothing. Like I told you on the other previous show, I was that guy. I was an athlete.
Right.
So people thought I was fucking. So I just went with the play. Ain't getting
But
all
you
that.
being an athlete, it was
I
being
was
thrown
fucking
at
laugh
you.
at it. You
Right.
laugh at it.
I was fucking
But you being an athlete, and if you were, you know, like a
I
popular
was
athlete,
scared.
you were being
Shit.
thrown at.
No, I was scared. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't worry about
Everybody
everybody. I
is.
worry about KID. Like,
Right.
I wasn't trying to have no kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I was scary. I was scared of that. And I told you, my shit got took. I ain't gonna lie. They took me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He got
Yeah.
He got it.
I got took. Once I got took, it was a wrap. But
He got worried about Miss. He got worried about Miss Trinidad.
well,
She hit that leg. I just want to touch that thigh. She's
the
the baby
Margaret.
racist.
Panky racist. Boy, y'all know y'all had that teacher, but we're gonna go back to the R&B.
Okay.
Who was your favorite R&B group? All time.
All time, man. All time, I say Jagged Edge.
Oh,
Biggest influence. For me.
yeah. What about you?
Jodeci.
I figured that was gonna come. What
All
about you?
right. They said some good ones, but I ain't gonna lie. When this album came out, even though it was random, but it was fire as fuck. Pretty Ricky, bro.
Oh my God.
Hey, I feel you on that one.
Hey,
That's
bro.
not even R&B.
It's not. It is.
You gotta take a shot.
No, I do not.
Yes, you
Because
do.
Shanika agrees with me.
Three
Bro,
rappers.
okay, it's easy to. Time out.
Three rappers in one singer.
Okay, remember we talked about it. Let me
Don't say
explain.
Pleasure P.
Let me explain.
Three rappers and one singer.
Huh?
3 rappers and one singer.
Okay, but my nigga, okay. You
How's that
cannot
shit-
sit here and
how's
tell
R&B?
me, because you said Jagged Edge, you said Jodeci. Okay, it's easy to go back, but I'm like, nigga, when their album dropped, because at
That was
first I was
your
like,
thing.
no, but it was like, okay, Grind on Me was their hit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that was their
agree.
hit that they introduced themselves with.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ben, I was like, okay, it's dope. I was like, okay, it's, okay, but when their album Blue Stars came out and you
It
heard the
was
rest
huge.
of that album, Call Me, Age Ain't Nothing But a
No,
Number.
that's a hit. Bro,
That
what I'm
was a
saying.
hit.
But that's Pleasure P.
But that's not a. Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
think
not an
R&B.
R&B.
But
That's not
technically,
R&B
okay,
group.
that's the case. Then
Coming off
B2K
the
wasn't an
R&B
R&B group either.
It's not an R&B.
If that's the
group.
case, B2K wasn't an R&B group neither, because Omarion sung every fucking thing.
No, but they all were singers.
They
There was
all
only
sing.
one rapper in that group.
Wait, you said something earlier about it's easy to go back, and this is where like there shouldn't be much of a surprise.
Your
Yo,
generation.
we're doing what was hot
In
when
the
we
moment.
like. I get it. That's what was hot
Uh-huh.
at the age that like that shit would have took
That
off.
shit.
now.
Well, that
I
was
get
just the first album, like, as far as like R&B.
Yeah.
Because you say that's not, R&B.
Because
Why is that not R&B?
Because
Because
there's only one R&B
think about the dynamic of the group. It's 4
So,
people.
4 people, one singer. So you don't consider R&B.
75% of it is rap. and
So if
white.
I go with the whole group, everybody can sing. You want me to go
Or
with that?
even if you said
Yeah.
B2K, all 3 of them sung.
only one
Only
rapper.
person
I ain't
rapped.
heard no B-Rans. I ain't heard no J Bulls.
They
None of them
did
sing.
a lot.
Wait,
They
I
did a
have,
lot.
I have a question then. So,
That's a pop group.
so is
But they were.
They were
They're not-
NSYNC.
they're
They were the
not
black
pop
version of
act.
NSYNC.
they're
That's
not
a
a pop
pop
act.
group.
Not
Well,
enough white.
B2K?
Not enough white
What'd you
fans.
classify-
Not enough white
Man,
media.
shit.
for
What'd
that.
you
B2K is a
classify
pop
them
group.
as?
Well, that's my question. Are we gonna say that they're a rap group?
No, they're R&B.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
R&B.
No. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Pretty Ricky.
No,
They was- they was
Are
in
they a rap
music.
group?
No,
Are they a
they
rap
was in
group?
Well, all of them, 3 of them rap,
Pleasure
one of them
P,
sang, but they
no,
were a
a
group.
rap group.
Ricky was,
Pleasure
I mean,
P
Pleasure P
did
was
all the
R&B.
hooks that make it R&B. He did all the hooks
That's
that
a
make it
good point.
R&B.
That's a
But
good point.
every single verse was rap.
Rap.
Pleasure
Right.
P wasn't singing.
You're right.
Right.
He
Okay.
did all the
All right.
hooks. And
All
think
right.
about the hooks is
So
what
give me
kind
an
of song.
R&B art. An
R&B group. I would have to go with what Chad said. It was Jodeci. Jodeci.
Mine's a tie.
Between who?
Boys to Men and Jagged Edge.
See, I was going Boys to Men.
Boys to Men. Yeah, then was
And I'm not excluding them.
I was about to ask you that.
But and Jagged Edge was my second pick. Boys to Men, yeah, but I was more of a party.
I think Boys to Men to me is the ultimate group all time. But I'm saying for me personally, like who had the greatest influence on me as a songwriter and just getting engaged like with R&B was Jagged Edge. Like I think Boys to Men is the ultimate group. Like because they didn't even need.
But
music.
before them,
They
it
didn't
was,
need
but
music.
you
They
gotta.
just
But
do
if that's
it.
the case, you gotta go New Edition too. I mean, that was like way.
They ain't
after.
have enough though.
I like
They
New
did it?
Edition.
No.
I like
New
guys.
Edition?
I like some older
New
groups.
Edition
What
didn't
about
have enough, bro.
The New Edition cannot compare to Boys to Men. They don't have enough.
Nigga,
songs.
that was the reason
What are
why
we
Boys to Men
comparing
was
them?
invented.
Music.
What are we comparing?
The music.
Boys to Men came to New
Like-
Edition and said, "Hey, we want to be like y'all. How
Give
can
me
we
5
do it?"
New Edition songs. Go.
Any heartbreak.
Any heartbreak,
Go
can't
up
stand
there.
the
Go,
rain.
This isn't difficult.
If it isn't
If
love,
it isn't love, sorry, not my kind of girl.
Yeah,
Any
Mr.
heartbreak.
Mr.
Hit me off.
Telephone Man. Bro, we can keep going, but
Girl.
it's more.
Candy.
Candy Girl.
I don't
Boys to
know that
Men,
there's
you can
been a-
have albums.
How are they not making good music?
But no, they
I
made a lot
no,
of
no.
hits.
I never said
No,
that.
he's
Wait,
talking
how
about
do
as
they
far as
have
like
enough
Boys to
hits?
Men.
But they,
When we say ultimate group, like I don't think New
they're
Edition touches
arguably
that.
the most singularly influential group. So much so.
So
when they broke
boy
up,
band, they were
everybody had a hit.
just like
one.
NWA
but
was
they all
rapping.
had
Great
one
creators, yep.
great ass album.
Yes.
I'm not knocking the music of New Edition.
Okay.
He's saying the ultimate group. To me, New Edition can't be compared to that as the ultimate group because of the amount of songs and longevity of that. They had to separate to become even greater. They did not stay together. Like the longevity, Jagged Edge and Boyz II Men had longevity of greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Like New Edition didn't.
I mean, they were greater than the sum of their parts for Boyz II Men.
I know.
Maybe I'm sorry. They in fact were the sum of their parts.
But
you
like
can't
none of
blame.
them could. You know, Sean Stockman did his thing.
But it just didn't really go good.
But you can't blame groups breaking up as too far or
Whereas
longevity
the New
because you had
Edition,
niggas
so
like
many,
Drew.
like,
Damn, I
albums
forgot about
together.
them.
That was the thing. Maybe back then, like you got to think about the time too. So the times are different back then.
Yeah.
If you got 5 individuals who are out there killing the game, you know what? Instead of trying to do this, let's bring them all together and let's do something great. But they are, like you said, 5 alphas. But like,
I bet if I play Poison and Bell Biv DeVoe, they're gonna know more of them than they know New Edition.
No.
Yes, they will.
No.
Who is they?
Like if I play in this generation, period, from the younger to the older, more people are going to know Bell Biv DeVoe before they knew New Edition.
I don't believe that.
I think that'll be close.
But then, you know, but can I change my answer real quick? I just started this.
Get Jalen on the phone.
Can I change my answer? Because I didn't say Jodeci, but I forgot about this whole entire group. Drew fucking Hill.
Drew Hill was great.
Drew Hill. I forgot about Drew Hill. So I'm gonna change my answer from Jodeci to Drew Hill.
Oh.
I mean, they broke up, but my nigga, they created bangers and hits on multiple albums. Nigga, when Soul Food came out, nigga, they were on that whole entire album. And I was like, nigga, what? When we are not making love no more, I was like hugging my pillow and I'm like, Cisco.
Yeah. I wanted to give honorable mention.
I was like, nigga, I was like,
Mint Condition and Tony.
Boyz II Men they resonate so much because they did not need, like you said,
they didn't need it, bro. Like
they created from their own mouth. That's crazy.
Also, you mean because they went acapella?
Yeah, they could go acapella.
Yeah.
They could actually sing.
They were a vocalist group.
Yeah. But they were great. Like vocalists, like being acapella, but also when you put them in the studio, the songs they hit, like it's
they were artists through and through.
They were artists, yes.
Like,
so that leads me to a question: Who are the greats of this era right now?
As far as groups or just R&B?
R&B.
Okay, you know what? Let's go like this. Who is your R&B artist right now?
You said group.
No, they group.
No,
So let's go right now. If you had to go to your go-to artist, if you can listen to for the rest of your life, who is the one artist you
hold on,
think?
we gotta answer her question first.
Okay.
She said
right now.
Right now.
Right now, who are the great artists?
I can tell you for me, 3 that's the most influential for me right now: Eric Bellinger, Tank, and Usher, hands down.
Tank don't make music no more.
Tank
is living his best life.
Yeah, only on IG, nigga. He don't make
Tank just had an album like not too even long ago. Like
the pop car
chart. But also some other stuff for Tank too. But like I'm just saying. But like
C.LACY, I'm so disappointed in you. That was a perfect opportunity for you to say
yourself.
C.LACY.
He wanted him to go Dave Chappelle. The greatest R&B niggas of all time. C.LACY.
Can't influence me, but definitely C.LACY. I'm grateful.
No, you know what? No, C.LACY. It's Dylan. Because he spits hot fire.
Block left in the studio. Yeah.
Oh man.
What is
right?
This?
The generational right now. What R&B artists?
Okay, so I listen to alternative R&B, whatever. Mac Ayres, Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
That's the first. That really would be my first 5 times. But no, her. For sure. The internet, and if I owe you one more, there's a guy I really like named Mac Ayres, Ayers. I would say to check him out.
Okay. Shanique?
I mean, I'm definitely feeling her right now. She's dope.
Special. Like, for real special.
Janae Aiko.
Damn, she took mine.
Yep. Yeah, I like her too. She's cool. Ain't that the one with, what's it called?
Big Sean.
And I'm an Alicia Keys fan. I mean, that's what
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I wouldn't call her this era, but
Nah, yeah.
if we're going tank.
yeah, that's why.
But that's what I'm asking. Y'all talking about people who are like.
I'm just going. I mean, I'm going just all time, but like mine's is pretty much in this
all time, go
area.
ahead, answer
But no,
that.
mine's is pretty much in this area. Who I got? I'm just gonna name 3. I'm gonna say my best for last, but T-Pain, bro. T-Pain was what? T-Pain is the
That's you.
nigga.
That's you.
No, that's me,
He made
bro.
hits.
T-Pain, nigga, studio love
All
went
you
harder.
hear on the
He
radio
made hits.
is T-Pain.
He made hits.
Bro,
Like,
he made
everyone
hits
now
and
is doing
features.
with T-Pain. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
no,
like
I'm talking about
Right.
T-Pain's greatness is.
Because he came before
Auto-tune.
But it was his auto-tune that everybody copied. But my nigga, that nigga created.
No, he
bangers.
got- no.
hits. Everything he touched was a hit.
Computer love, nigga, Roger, is that what nigga? Well, no.
Yeah, no, it was before him. He just made it more popular because he did it more up tempo.
I love his creativity.
Every
Let's just
person.
put it like that.
Okay, what's your
The other 2, so I say T-Pain. She took my. Okay, Janae, and then my favorite of all time right now is The Weeknd.
That weird ass nigga.
I mean, everybody says weird, but my nigga,
He good.
everybody's
He good.
weird because you don't understand. But my
He
nigga,
good.
I understand that nigga's music, bro, and that nigga's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
To me.
I can't get with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's
What's
different.
okay? Explain it to me though.
He's just a different dude, but I'm okay with his
His
music.
voice,
Phenomenal.
he's
Right.
up there.
Yeah.
But like to me, again, I told you from the jump, content.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, well I was just saying the reason why. But did you listen to the trilogy?
I found myself I can only listen to a couple of his tracks.
I didn't
because
listen to
can't
the
listen
sequel.
to it.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So what are we putting a premium on here? Are we putting a premium on vocal ability, content,
To me, it's
or
the
just?
Well,
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at vocal ability, content
she
because
used
If we could go to rap real quick.
Uh-huh.
We know there's a lot of rappers who aren't lyrically the
Great.
most talented.
At
That's
all.
where favorite
They
and
can make
best.
good music.
That's where favorite and best come on.
Right.
You said
Is that
favorite?
possible in R&B?
Right.
You said favorite, correct? So favorite,
Right.
it has to be what your
Well,
preference.
that's what I picked. That's what I picked mine on. T-Pain, he could sing because everybody thought he couldn't.
But he
But see, that's
could.
why I
He
asked
could.
that.
didn't show he
Because
could
you keep
Huh?
saying hell no.
He
because
didn't,
he's
but
not
didn't
vocalist.
necessarily
No,
have to.
that's my
But you
favorite.
can't deny that he wasn't making dope
He made-
music.
Oh, he
he
made
made
took that
dope
shit off.
And music that like
Nah, he made
changed the
so-
landscape.
Okay,
He
this
made plenty of
you.
hits.
I put like this. Kurt, you threw a Nolan Ryan in that mother fastball in
With
Kurt
T-Pain?
in. Yeah,
That's
both-
not that crazy.
It's not.
I have never heard a person say T-Pain my favorite.
Bro, T-Pain was
Again,
on all the
that is his-
features.
Nah,
And
everybody.
he's just and rapper turned singer was a bum ass.
I'm saying that's why it's just so weird to me. But
Because you
mine,
put a premium on vocal ability, and I do too. I get it.
mine
And T-Pain
that was the
without
shit-
that auto
that
That
tune,
was the
T-Pain
shit
showed
in
he
our
could sing.
era.
Let me
That
tell
wasn't
you
the shit
mine
in this
now.
era.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Anderson .Paak, Ellen Bellinger, and her. Those were the 3. I think, personally. And
Okay.
that- But now if we're gonna go to what best, we'll let you start.
The best what?
Best R&B artist ever to you. Male.
Oh,
Male.
wow.
Male, not female. We're gonna go back to female. Male.
Gee,
Okay.
Oh God.
that's hard.
Very.
I can't say. I can't.
I think he already
I don't.
No, I can give you 2 answers.
Okay.
Because I just have to hedge the bet and differentiate between 2.
Okay.
The best male vocalist
Uh-huh.
I can think of, R&B,
Uh-huh.
is Luther Vandross. And that's kind of like
Okay.
far and away. But the best artist,
Uh-huh.
and again, now this is where best is crossing into favorite.
Uh-huh.
We're just talking about total artistry.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye.
Boom. You had the same answer I was gonna have. So I'm glad you answered. Me and your answer same. Go ahead.
So again, and this is based off of preference, right? For me, I'm not saying the
Not
best.
best.
I'm not saying the best vocalist, but to me, like the best R&B artist for me for the longest was Bobby Valentino.
Oh God.
And it's not about vocal. It's not about vocals. Like everything he
It
touched.
can't be about vocals and body.
It's all about vocals.
But see, that's the thing though. But that's
the
not
best you can come up with.
I'm saying. Like,
Hold up.
I'm
When we
saying
use the word
hey,
best, vocals have to be it because vocals
It's
it
a
wouldn't
part.
matter when singing.
Right,
Singing is
listen,
about
but
vocals.
the same thing, like, look,
With
the
the
same,
Weeknd.
the same argument you just had
We didn't
about
have favorites.
the same
We
argument
said
you
best.
hold on. The same argument you just had about T-Pain. Everything Bobby Valentino on was a hit. He featured with everybody as well, right? Like Bobby Valentino was on everybody's track. Like Bobby Valentino was that dude, so like he was huge for me. Now, my favorite now is Eric Bellinger, like hands down. Hands down.
Okay.
Bobby.
Well, I would say my favorite now is The Weeknd. But if I had to go just all time like vocalist, music,
Best.
vibe,
Who's the
best, he went with Luther. I'm going with Marvin Gaye.
I said Marvin Gaye and Luther. That was
Marvin
I
Gaye
agree.
was that dude in his creativity.
We still use
You know what I'm
Marvin
saying?
Gaye
If you
songs
take,
right
if
now.
you strip all his music away and just listen to his voice,
He
period.
was there.
he was there, bro.
What about yourself?
I don't know.
You got to. Come on, ask a question.
If you had to pick one,
If you had to pick one,
Like,
most influential to you.
who you listen to? Who
Come
was
on,
like
we had
that?
T-Pain and Bobby Valentino. You can't get no
Yeah,
worse than
you
that.
can't. First of all, you need to calm down. T-Pain was that nigga. Stop it, all right?
I'm gonna start singing in a minute. You know, this nigga said it.
I mean, Luther's just a classic. I
So
mean,
you gonna go with the basic answer? We're gonna
Yeah.
go Luther for 300.
Luther had that vibrator voice like, shoo.
Yeah. That nigga.
That's why the vibrator, like, you know how females use a vibrator, like Luther's voice was there. The chair is still a chair.
That was the
shit.
What about female? We'll let you start off with that. Best
did you say
female.
yours?
Yeah, I said mine. I said me and Chad had the same exact answer.
Okay.
Verbatim.
So Luther.
Luther Marvin Gaye.
Okay, bet. Okay. So come on, Shane, you gotta give us something. One.
Female. Best.
Even female.
Not favorite. Best. If you had to say, you had to put your money on, I'm gonna give you a song, sing that motherfucker how you want to be sang. Who is the best singer?
I got mine.
Well, you have Whitney.
That's what I was gonna say.
Only one.
That's what I was gonna say. Whitney is the
This
first
isn't
person to
even
come
a
to mind.
multiple
If we was saying something else, I think I would scream. Yes, Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
And
bro, you can't get no.
People gotta stop putting Beyonce in that damn category.
No.
Entertainer, all around, all that
No.
stuff.
I say
You talking about
vocalist,
singing, vocal,
overall.
No.
songs. Whitney is
Well,
that.
if you saying
woman.
overall entertainer plus voice, I would say
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Oh yeah, it's the
But
same
that's
thing with Chris
both
Brown.
vocalists.
Chris Brown is that entertainer and singer
Yeah.
all in one. Michael Jackson, entertainer,
But like,
singer
but
all
even,
in one.
even-
But
even with Chris Brown, like I would put honestly, I'll have Usher like overall, just because Usher still can sing all this stuff.
Whoa, wait a minute.
whoa, hold on.
That's to me.
You say Michael Jackson over?
No, not over Michael.
Oh, okay.
Come on, bro.
Oh,
I was about to
Selective hearing and stuff, bro. I ain't say over Michael.
I
Jackson.
thought you said Michael.
You said Chris Brown. I'm saying Chris
But he
Brown.
said Chris and Michael, and I thought you were
Well,
talking
I-
about.
no, okay, yeah, it's okay. My bad. I
Michael
didn't
Jackson,
sure
hands down.
Okay,
Hands
I was about to have a
down.
heart
Come on,
attack,
bro.
boy.
He's the king of all of it.
Michael
Okay.
Jackson or Prince?
Oh, Michael Jackson.
That's where I was about to go.
Michael Jackson and Prince, don't you do it.
Michael.
Thank you,
Michael.
Michael.
Okay. Because we had this.
Best Super Bowl performance, Prince or Michael?
Best Super Bowl performance.
Wow,
I
Prince
don't
went
I can't
hard.
remember.
Prince
Yeah, no, we
went
had this
hard.
debate with me and my nigga.
I
He
can't
was
even
like,
remember
"Oh,
these.
Prince." The
Prince
reason
went
why
hard.
he said Prince went hard because it rained
Actually started
and
raining while
he
he was playing
performed
Purple
Purple Rain. He was like, "That's why Prince's performance was the best." But I said, "No, Michael Jackson was the best because one, that nigga appeared on 2 scoreboards and then popped out in the middle of the stage,
My shit was
stared
hard.
at niggas for goddamn 5 minutes before he performed, and then he turned his head. Everybody was still screaming, niggas fainting, and then
Mike is
Jim."
the only person that performed that people like actually like pass the hell out. Like everybody passing
Yeah,
out.
Mike be having
Grown
wrong
niggas.
crying.
How many grown men were passing out for
He
Prince?
was like, "Oh my
No,
God."
Michael. Do you know how? Okay, let me talk about this. Do you know how pissed off I would have been to pay for that fucking ticket and I passed out, wake up in the hospital, and be like, "What happened?" "Oh, you passed out on Michael Jackson." So I fucking missed it. I paid $5,000 for my front row seat, and yeah, bro, they were carrying you out in the crowd like this.
It's something about, and it's so funny because I remember my first concert that I went to, right? And matter of fact, we went and it was Kanye.
Kanye, yeah.
So check this shit out. So it's something about like a concert, and I believe that that actually like, you know what, this is what I want to do. Like now, I thought back to Michael Jackson when I think he was doing that song. I don't know if it was "Heal the World" or whatever.
Yeah.
And like
It had
all
to
these people are passing out and they're carrying all these people out. We're sitting here. We're somewhere in Dallas. I don't even remember what it was, but we were outside.
At the Star Place.
Summer. So we outside, right? And all of a sudden, all the lights come down. All the lights come. I don't know if this was college. It wasn't College Dropout. It was, what's that second album he had?
Flashing lights.
Flashing
Flashing tour.
Yeah.
All the damn lights went out, right? All the lights went out. We standing there. I'm just chilling, like, because at this time, he's huge on Kanye, and that's all he talked about was Kanye. I didn't even know who Kanye was, really. I mean, I knew who he was, but I'm just saying. But check this shit out, though. This is how real music is, and how engaging the shit was. I'm sitting there just chilling. Next, you know, the lights go out. a little beam flash on Kanye. He's sitting over here.
On the rocks.
All of a sudden, everybody just starts screaming. Everybody is going nuts. Like, hair on my arm is standing up. I only got hairy arms. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm looking around. I'm like, what the hell is everybody doing? Like, what are they screaming for? He ain't even saying nothing. It's just the light just went on him. Bro, I kid you not. 15 seconds later, I am yelling to the top of my fucking lungs. I don't even know what I'm yelling for, but I'm just so engulfed in that moment.
Bro, and that's what I say when I saw Michael, because I didn't know really much about Michael. At first, I thought Michael was a girl for the longest when I was a young kid. I was like, who's this female on stage? Like with this silky ass hair. I was like, okay. But my mom introduced me to him, and when she showed me his concert, I was like, he popped up out the stage, stood there. And I'm like, everybody's screaming to the top of their lungs. He ain't said a word, ain't performed a song, ain't nothing happening. And he's just staring, glasses on, and then when he takes it off, crowd gets louder. He just moved an inch, and crowd gets louder. Mm-hmm. Then he's still staring, then turns and stares at the other side of the stage. Mm-hmm. Crowd gets even more louder. He has not done anything. Why is everybody just going nuts for this nigga? And the next thing you know, you hear glass break, jam. I was like, oh my God, this nigga is awesome.
Mike was the only dude that I thought I would get starstruck if I met.
Like,
I'd have been like a little bitch. I would have lost it. I would have lost it, bro. Because when I tell you, I tried to moonwalk every
damn day.
Like,
I would put on socks in a carpet hallway and try to do it.
You don't even know what Mike's saying, but it's just jamming.
It's do it, dude. Then I'm like, bro, and then you see the wind. Remember when he was dancing on the car? Bro, you know how Street Fighter came out? You know when
they was hitting the car?
When they were hitting the car, you had to break the car. Michael Jackson introduced that shit. When I saw the nigga jump on the car and he was breaking it and breaking the glass and shit, I said that's where Street Fighter came from. And then you just saw wind come out of nowhere, hair blowing, jacket blowing. I was like,
this nigga's amazing.
He's a fucking superhero.
Like, we don't got nothing like that no more.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
That was a once in a lifetime person. Like I said, the closest people, like in total, like a total entertainer.
Chris Brown, Beyonce.
Chris Brown, like I said, Usher and the Beyonce.
And who were the influences behind Chris Brown and Usher? Michael Jackson,
of course. You get a full experience. But I got a question though, since we're talking about Super Bowl performances. What is the worst Super Bowl performance y'all seen?
The one we just fucking saw.
Oh no, y'all not finna do my nigga like that.
Horrible!
That shit was terrible.
First of all, hold on. Okay, now I'm gonna be the nigga to defend my nigga because I gave it on a scale.
You thought that was good?
No, time out. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gave it
two.
At first I gave it a 7. And then after that I gave it an 8 because one, time out. Let me explain.
You got a drink.
Let me explain because I fuck with The Weeknd heavy, so I know from when he first started all the way up until what he is now. Okay, now mind you, this nigga, the reason why the halftime performance wasn't as good as everybody thought it was gonna be because one, you fucking with COVID.
No, he's not a performer.
No.
I mean, he's not a dancer.
So COVID was in the building with him?
But my nigga, you can't do as what you want to do as far as with COVID is concerned because everybody has to create social distancing and all that type of stuff. Hence why he had all the niggas on with masks.
When it comes to the Super Bowl, there's not a limit of money.
It is.
That's
why the
nigga.
Bro, he put $7 million of his own money into
he
the
had a bunch of
performance.
niggas not social distancing with masks on.
To create, I guess, that stage and everything else that was happening. I don't know.
Money is not an issue when it comes to the Super Bowl because they. Like,
so do you think it wouldn't have been different if it wasn't COVID involved and all this type of shit?
Did you not see the scene when they always bumping up against each other?
When he took it inside the stage.
But I'm just saying it's still not social distancing. And like at the end of the day,
but they had masks on. That's why.
Bro,
that's because he did have the same.
At the end of the day, it was bad song choice. The only song at the very end is the only song that made any sense to me.
Oh hell no! When that nigga did earned it with the fucking violins and shit, nigga, that was the.
Wait, so I think this is part of the problem. Is that The Weeknd, for no matter how talented he is, I think oddly enough the fact that he's not like a dancer. So we can say you can be a performer and have more to your performance with like the extra stuff and the aesthetics that you put in. But the problem with that is that Mike was great. Right. Make no mistake. Yeah. But one thing that kind of like even inflated that even more was that he had a show. A whole show.
He did.
So The Weeknd, if we're looking at it like, okay, vocals, it's a live thing, not a big deal, whatever. Okay, but you're already not a dancer. And
He's
now
not.
if I'm having
He's
to
not.
look at just
And you just
like
sitting
the
there.
aesthetics
Right.
of your set or whatever
Right,
else,
sitting there.
it's nothing that I haven't seen before. Like I didn't
True.
think it was
It
bad.
was a
I
regular.
just didn't think it was.
It wasn't.
bad.
No,
I didn't think it was
put like this, put
particularly
like this.
memorable, but I
Put
didn't
like
think it was
this.
terrible.
How do you
It's
think
his
this is
element.
bad? This
Wait,
No, but it's
hold on,
an
wait,
element.
y'all are tripping about what's the worst. Did you not remember right after Janet Jackson's nipple came out?
Yeah.
And everybody was just terrified.
He had a terrible
of
smell after that.
and they had
I did.
the
I had a
Who,
bigger smile on my
they
face.
had septuagenarians
Yeah.
on stage
You right. That was pretty bad.
looking like they were falling asleep playing their instruments.
Yeah, that shit was horrible.
That was the worst performance.
You probably right about that.
Like
That was so bad.
The Weeknd was more of a concert
the
setting.
worst recent.
Yeah,
performance.
that was
The
the
Weeknd-
Weeknd's performance was more of a
the
concert
most recent
setting.
Bad, yeah.
But he's not a. He's more, bro. I'm gonna show you my voice,
I put it like
Now,
and I'm gonna
you
give
can
you all
say
that type of
the
shit.
venue
But
for it.
everybody knows he's not a dancer. He's not a
Yeah.
performer like
check it
that.
like
But this
this.
is the thing though,
He's
you
just-
know this shit ahead of time, you can still pick the better songs to like something that's more up to.
So what
like,
songs? What songs did he not play that
I'm
you
just
thought he
saying
should
like the
have?
song selection just wasn't good.
He didn't do a
Nigga,
good
all
job.
the songs he played, Heels, which was on the charts for the longest, Earned It, which was
I know,
on the
but
charts
look,
for
I'm
the
not
longest.
saying like
when-
you don't play your best hits, but like people that like you sustain a level of consistency and excellence over a long period of time. Obviously Michael Jackson, right? So like these trendy rappers, yeah, you may get one good hit, but guess what? When you get that one good hit, you're gonna get a fan base. So yeah, the next song may be trash, but people gonna listen to it just because they're a fan.
Once you build that fan base.
Once you build a fan base, that's what. Yeah, it's true.
But like for me, like if that second song or that second song, if it's a flop, okay, like you got one more chance. That third song, you gotta come with it, right? Like what made me listen to you in the first place?
Yeah.
Even like Gucci Gang.
Over and over, and then add one or two words, and then go back saying the same shit over and over and over, and it became a trendy ass song, and he made money off the shit. And I'm just like baffled because I'm like, this is what the industry has come to.
So I think
And
it
it
can
sucks.
get back. I think the real R&B can get back, but it's just again, it's like
It's gonna take that one R&B artist that's big enough to do a real R&B song because we're people with
something
we're
like
trendy.
what, Giveon. That's
Yeah.
another.
Oh,
dude saying
Giveon
real
is- yeah,
R&B. So
Giveon
like
is-
the real
yeah.
R&B.
It can come back.
The real
Yeah.
R&B can be there, and the people are doing it. It's going to take more people doing it. I mean, Puff Daddy, I think Puff said it the best. He said he was talking about R&B now. The reason why it's trash compared to what it used to be, he said, because R&B like had a sense of vulnerability. People sung about stuff and like that you made yourself vulnerable, like and you was trying to connect to people. Now you just saying stuff you trying to smash, and
It's
it's
not
basically like
really
Trying to be
Black blues
freaky
anymore.
or let people know how freaky you are and all that type of stuff.
that's not what R&B
Now,
is.
I had a question. We were talking about all the groups and stuff like that. I'm gonna give our white groups some love. White groups. Anybody?
Beatles.
Huh?
Beatles.
Not rhythm and blues.
Oh, that's
Rhythm and blues?
No,
Well, yeah,
R&B
got-
or
yeah.
even if it's pop. I mean,
I
I
was
was
saying
going
it ain't no R&B.
NSYNC
What?
NSYNC. I was gonna go with
That's a pop
NSYNC.
group, though.
You had NSYNC, 98 Degrees.
There's no R&B.
Backstreet Boys.
I
all
think
that
groups
stuff.
That are
closest to
inspired
me was
by
NSYNC.
R&B artists.
I'll say
Those are
NSYNC.
pop groups.
Yeah, there's no
That's a pop
R&B
group.
white artists though. Ain't no
No,
R&B.
there
Nah,
are
wait,
group
Robin
artists.
Thicke?
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
group.
Okay, no,
I was about to say,
Yeah, there were white
I was
R&B
Robin
artists back
Thicke,
then. John B.
John B.
Not
no.
mixed.
John
Just
B.
had pencil facial hair.
Yeah.
Just had pencil
Yeah, but you know, you
thin,
said
nice
R&B
line.
group.
I did.
There's no white
I
R&B
did.
group. But if I have to go group, I'm gonna have to go Beatles. You know what I'm saying?
If you're just talking about
If I just said white groups. White groups.
Beatles.
any genre of music,
Any genre.
uh,
Who you like, nigga? They with this shit.
The Doors, Wham.
Aerosmith went hard too.
Aerosmith. Okay, I get it.
Aerosmith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin. I mean, but
Creed.
again,
Kiss.
Creed went hard too.
for sure.
Creed, yeah.
Led
Oh,
Zeppelin.
I'm sorry, Creed. Well, I have to differentiate on that.
You don't like Creed?
Arms wide open, Creed. I can do it.
That's my shit.
You said you do without that one?
I'm good.
Higher?
I heard it a lot in high school.
Higher?
So if nothing else, it's just burnt
Can
out.
you take me
Yeah,
higher?
Russell voice.
That was my shit.
That one I couldn't.
Nickelback?
Oh, Nickelback.
Nickelback.
Linkin Park.
I respect Nickelback for unlocking the cheat code of like how to make a hit for
Yeah.
rock music.
Yeah.
And I know they get a lot of flack about that, but at the same time, I can't knock the hustle. If you
But
figure
they
it
made
out,
me listen to them.
I get it. All the
Some
songs
days
can
my
sound
favorite
the
song of all
same,
time for Nickelback. Some
but
days are hard.
yeah, man, I'm not enough of a
Yeah.
rock enthusiast to really get into
Linkin
the
Park
artistry of
changed the
rock.
game.
Right.
R&B.
Transformers came out. And I got,
Yes.
that's how I got turned on
You
Linkin
think,
Park.
you think R&B can come back?
I don't think R&B has gone anywhere.
I
Like
don't
people,
either.
you have to understand where to look for it.
That's
Such as yourself. Like, I might not hear your music on the radio right now, but we're in the age of streaming. And there's a lot of phenomenal artists, including yourself, where that's where you go to find them. Will we ever find the days of like when One Sweet Day was on the radio all the time and stuff like that? I don't know, because so many of those artists that get to that point kind of get pulled in and yanked, and now you're pop. And I think where the music industry has gotten at this point, that's probably going to continue.
It's all
but
about
for those who
sales.
are looking for vocal talent, or even if you're looking for like, because I love the 90s sound. I'm extremely biased towards that.
Right.
And I would tell you that there's a lot of new artists now, because R&B has always grasped on to like either different periods before it, not necessarily with samples, but just inspired music from people from periods before it, and also like adjacent genres. Like, is Earth, Wind, and Fire R&B? I think a lot of people would say yes, but it's really funk.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
grabbing on the
But
funk.
they have.
And I think a lot of the R&B now has grabbed on to hip hop. A lot of the hip hop has grabbed on to R&B. To John's point earlier, that is why I'm saying you have to give T-Pain his flowers. Because he's damn near the Teddy Riley of that shit.
No, he can get his flowers, but I just laugh
But you
at
know
the
original
number one.
question.
I mean, you wasn't expecting me to say that.
If you go
But that
through,
nigga was.
if you go
I
through
take that over 5 out of 10.
a streaming service, you can find more of those artists now. There's a bunch of them.
Hold on.
Or watch Insecure. Or the Joe Budden podcast, I'll be honest, listen to their sleepers. You can get put on to a lot of new artists who are now doing the
That's
90s
what sucks
sound.
though, because you didn't have to go do that. We didn't think about this. We didn't even have social media and all those different platforms. You didn't have to go find. So that's why to me it's not hot no more. It's not the thing, because we were doing not streaming. We were going on Tuesdays, spending $15 to get the album.
You know,
Like,
but you know what? For me, I love the fact that it's streaming now, because it created an avenue for independent
I do
artists
love that.
and stuff.
What are we going to do when we finish with this? Just going to upload it. You couldn't have done this back in the 90s.
No.
An entire production company.
But what I'm saying, with that being said, you knew more of you. Like, you can't track who really is at the top, because people can just go past your stuff and it counts as a streaming.
Do you have a streaming farm, C.LACY?
Like,
do you have
while we
hundreds
at
of
it,
phones that are on just playing?
matter of fact, while we at it, I'm gonna jump straight to that too, since you have a streaming platform. You know what I'm saying? Then you just busted like what, something close to 1 million?
I got one of my songs over 1 million.
Over 1 million streams. You know what I'm saying? You'd have never had that opportunity to do that back in the day. So I do like that.
Yeah.
But what I hate about it is that you don't have a broad picture of who's at the top anymore. Like, it's not, because it's too easy to even get numbers. Not saying your numbers are inflated or anything like that, but like, it's just too easy to be able to get those numbers. You had to get up, find the money, go to the store, and spend $15 on an actual album. Like, you can't say, "Oh, I'm the best because of streaming."
If we know what good music is, though,
But
what do
we
care?
clearly know.
What do we care? What do we care who's at the top?
Yeah, it's just
I just want to hear dope music.
Yeah, that's
I don't care who's at the top. I don't care who sold the
But
most.
we was able to hear the
Other
like,
than Caper from my man right here,
we had like
sell all
we had
of it.
Video
But-
Soul, we had 106, we had
So that's
places where we
different.
could hear.
That's
it.
different.
We
I
have
feel
all
you.
that at our fingertips now.
But
Yeah,
but you gotta search that. They
You
gave
remember,
us
you
that.
remember waiting for Video Soul or TRL for a video?
Right.
Yeah, now I can just.
You just go
Right.
to your thing.
But it's like they gave us those new top,
WA.
those new banging artists. Now those guys are all considered underground. You gotta go find them. You
Well,
like,
it also depends on how you market yourself as an artist too, because like I've been doing like quote unquote music seriously for like 3 years now, right? And it took me 3 years and thousands of dollars to find out like what a lot of artists mess up it. Like, and I did this. I was going to the studio every single week, spending all this money buying beats, studio time, doing all this stuff, right? You're not marketing yourself though.
Yeah.
Why make 50,000 songs and then you putting them out and
No
6
one hears
people
them.
listening to it, right?
It's just like
You
an
gotta-
Instagram post. Not a lot of
Exactly.
people
You got
don't
it.
see it. Yeah.
You putting a song on YouTube. Congratulations! You just put a song on YouTube. Amounts with 50 other thousand songs that just got uploaded the same day, right? You uploaded a song to Spotify. Congratulations! 100,000 other songs got uploaded trying to get to these Spotify playlists. So marketing yourself and getting PR and getting on music blogs and all of that stuff. That's how you get that digital footprint.
Right.
That's how you get seen by other people, and like you said, like oh, it's a new artist, but now you like, okay, I keep seeing his name, I keep seeing this cat or this girl pop up everywhere. Let me go check out and see who this person is. Cause the first time, I ain't gonna lie, all of us got IG. You looking at stuff and you get that sponsor that pops up on there. You probably ain't finna look and see who this sponsored ad is, right? But if you keep seeing it over and over, you like, okay, this keep popping up. Let me see what the hell this about. And you're gonna click on it.
Right.
And then if you hear it, you be like, okay, this dude's pretty dope. This chick is pretty dope. And then that's how you find this new person. Then you go look at their catalog and like, damn, they got more songs than what I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you got a new favorite underground person.
Right. Yeah. And we'll wrap it up. And I really appreciate you coming on to the show, talking about, you know, things that you're doing right now in the R&B game. To close it out, what is some of the best advice you can give to an up and coming R&B artist?
Man, I was just real quick. Up and coming artists, just period, R&B or rap. Like the best advice I give, like to bet on yourself and like don't try to get a handout. Don't expect somebody to put you on. If you're not disciplined and willing to put the money behind yourself, nobody else is gonna do it.
Right.
It's just that simple. So they're not gonna pour into you or to invest in you if you're not even investing the same amount in yourself. So and at the end of the day, don't wait for somebody else. Don't wait for your boys. Don't wait for your homegirls or your family, anybody else to get it for you because they may project their fears upon you. Oh, I can't see you doing this, or now you're not going to get there.
Right.
Now, just because you can't see it, and just because you're not willing to put yourself out there, it doesn't mean I'm not. And so that's what I would say. Like, if you believe in yourself, and you got the work and the dedication to do it, go for it. Like anything else, the more you do it, the better you should get.
Right. And that's what we're gonna end on that note, man. I love what you said right there. We need to all start investing in ourselves. That's the number one investment you can do is on you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do that, man. If it's something you truly believe in, you got to put the time in and invest in yourself. And then also, by the way, we got to understand that we all got things that people are doing that we can go support. We all around here are friends and know him, right? Then we also got to support because we don't get nowhere when we don't support each other. We go and we'll buy some artist that we don't even know, can't touch, can't talk, can't communicate with. When we got somebody right here that's trying to make it to that level, let's help them get to that level, man. I'll be damned with you.
It's my fault that it's upon us, girl. Too busy playing Russian roulette. I never thought